Welcome back, everyone. In this lecture, we will talk about the ribbon in the Power BI desktop. Now, Power BI has revised its ribbon to better align its appearance and experience with other Microsoft products such as Microsoft Office, Fabric, etc. Let's look at the features of the ribbon. The benefits of the ribbon are intended to make the experience across Power BI desktop and other Microsoft products easy and familiar. There is improved look, feel, and organization. That is, the icons and functionality in the updated Power BI desktop ribbon are aligned to the look, feel, and organization of ribbon items found in other Office applications. There is an intuitive themes gallery. The themes gallery that is found in the view ribbon has a familiar look and feel of the PowerPoint themes gallery. The images in the ribbon show what the theme changes will look like if applied to your report, such as the combinations and fonts. So you can click any of these themes and it will change accordingly. And you can go back to your default theme as well. Then there is dynamic ribbon content based on your view. So in the old ribbon for Power BI desktop, the icons or commands that were not available were grayed out, creating a less than optimal experience. With the updated ribbon, icons are dynamically displayed and arranged so that you always know which options are available to you in context. For example, currently, let's say I'm in the home view and you see that we only have home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, and help. Now, let's say I go to financials and pick up one of the columns like sales. So you see, now there are two new items that are available to me. One is table tools and the other is column tools. So these were not available before. In the older version of Power BI desktop, these two options would still be available for me, but will only be activated when I have selected something which is in context to these two. Otherwise, it would have been grayed out. Now, the moment I click outside, that is, I deselect this field, you will see that these two options are now gone. So this is a dynamic ribbon content based on your selection and view. Also, this ribbon can be collapsed and made it in a single line, and this will help you save space, and it dynamically displays ribbon items based on your context. Also, you can navigate in the ribbon by pressing the Alt to activate key tips. So you press the Alt button on your keyboard and you can use the shown keys on your keyboard to navigate. So you can again press the Alt button to remove this help. Further, there is a custom format strings. In addition to the settings, custom format strings in the properties pane, you can also set them in the ribbon. So let me show you this thing. So you select a measure or column you want to customize and some new options will come in that I've already shown you once, but I'll show you in more detail now. It depends on your selection, what you're seeing on the ribbon. So let me just expand this ribbon back. Again, as I showed you, if you choose sales, you will see that there are table tools and column tools that appear that will help you update this table and this column. Now, if I go to this column, which is a total units sold, which is a custom column that I created, if I select this, so you see this is a measure that I created and now the table tools is there, but the column tools is no more there. And this is a measure tool that I can update. So all of this depends on what you have selected on screen, and that's how everything changes what you see in the ribbon. I selected this visualization and now you see there are options of format and data or drill that appears up when I have selected a particular visualization. So all of this changes depending upon the place where your focus is on the report view. Great. Another thing that I will tell you is the accessibility. So all the title bar, ribbon and file menu are fully accessible even via keyboard. You can press Control and F6 and then this will change the focus. You can use the tab to move between the top and bottom bars. You can again press, you can then press tab to change the focus. You can again press F6 and change the focus from here, and reach here, and then move the arrow keys to go to content. Let's say you want to do something about it, you can simply hit enter and make a selection. So all of these changes are here. Further, there are future updates that are coming in that that I'm aware of. There are options. There will be options to create more flexible and intuitive controls in the ribbon. There'll be black and dark gray office themes. There'll be improved accessibility. All of this will surely come in the coming versions of Power BI Desktop. The last thing we'll quickly do is have a look at all of these different ribbon options. So as usual, we have the file option where you can go and choose to create a new report, open an existing report, save data, import and export, and then also very important, go to options and settings, where you will see these two options, that is the options for the report and the data source settings. So if you click on options, you will get to see many different options that are global options and the current file options over here that you can check and uncheck. So if somebody asks you to check the settings, this is exactly where you have to go. And of course, you can come over here and clear cache, so that your if your report is stuck, is not loading, you can clear cache and try again, and that might help. This was about the file menu. In the home menu, it's kind of common. If you have selected something, you will obviously get the other options of cut, copy, paste, format, painter. You also have more options, like get data, import data from an Excel workbook, choose the one lake data hub and gets from data marts, lake houses, warehouses, Power BI data sets. You can also get from Dataverse, SQL server. You can simply add data by typing and pasting. Further, we have options under queries to transform the data. That will open up the Power Query editor, and then you can choose to transform the data over here. By transformation, it means the steps that I have already taken. For example, I have changed the case of a text, I have changed the type of a column, I have renamed the columns, I have filtered some data. So you can do a lot of data transformation options by simply clicking on the transform data option, and then that will open up the Power Query editor. Further, there is a option to refresh the data, and this will help you get the latest data by refreshing all the visuals, and will pull up the latest data from your data source. There are options to insert a new visual. You can also get a new visual from here, or simply by clicking on any of the visuals that you want. You have an option to add a text box, so that if you want to add up any particular text, or if you want to add a title, you can do that from here. And then you can also get more visuals from app source or from your files. You can get similar options by clicking on this ellipsis to get visuals and import visual from file. Further, you have options to remove and restore default visuals. You have also options to write DAX measures by clicking over here. And also, once you have done all the changes, just click on publish to publish the report, and it will publish to the Power BI service. Okay. This was under the home menu. Insert as well, you have all of these options to add new page, new visuals. A lot of these options you can also find over here and over here. Like you can add new page from here, you can add a new visual from here directly. There are options to add Q&A, influencers, decomposition tree, that as well you can find over here to add decomposition tree, Q&A, etc. Further, there are options of paginated report. I think we'll cover this in our upcoming lecture soon, and this is a very important topic. Uh, there are options to embed a Power app in your report, so that people can use that app without leaving Power BI, and also have Power Automate, so you can trigger automated tasks without leaving Power BI. So you can add those over here as well. There are options to add text box, buttons, shapes, all of that over here, so that if you want to customize your report add some buttons, add shapes and images to maybe probably point out something using an arrow shape, uh, add a rectangular shape behind a particular chart to highlight it, add an image, a logo, all of that is possible using this particular button. Under the modeling tab, we have the options that we can find over here, mostly in the table view, but you can also find out most of these things over here directly under modeling. You can manage relationships, create columns, create tables, create measures, parameters, roles, and a lot of things. Further, in the view tab, as I have already shown you, you can change themes of the report. You can see what is your size of and proportion of your report. You can have a page view, you can have like fit to page, fit to width, actual size. You can change the layout by clicking over here at mobile layout, and you can even do that from here with the mobile layout view. Further, you might want to have grid lines in your report so that it tells you exactly if you want to probably format your report and make sure that you are aligned on the grid lines, on between different shapes. If you want to make sure that those are properly aligned, grid lines help a lot. It does help a lot when you are very precise with your placement of the visuals and filters and slicers. So you might want to use it, and you can simply enable and disable it by clicking on grid lines over here. Now, another thing I want to tell you is snap to grid. So once you click on snap to grid, you will see that you do not have to move inch by inch to, or mm by mm to reach the grid lines. It will automatically snap to grid like a magnet, so you don't have to worry, and it's very easy to accurately place your elements. Further, there are options to lock objects. So you lock all the objects in place so that they stay where you are while you are giving a presentation or interacting with report elements. It happens a lot that once we are giving a demonstration to somebody and you move between elements, your elements placements gets moved. Definitely you can click on undo button and get back to where you were, but locking the objects is definitely good. Now if you have locked the object, I cannot move any object, and I can actually show it to anybody that I'm talking with, that hey, this is the report that I have made, this is how it works, these are the filters. If you want to show them in the edit view in Power BI desktop, locking the objects is the best way to give a demonstration, because that helps you save your layout and it doesn't messes up. Again, click on lock objects, and then you can further move the things as you want them to move. Great. There are other options like filters, bookmarks, performance analyzer that we'll talk about in our coming lecture. You have sync slicers that you can do. So all of this is kind of pretty cool options. Go to optimize, and then you have an option to pause the visuals, refresh the visuals. Pausing the visual will make multiple edits fast without waiting for visuals to load, right? So right now, if I move this, you will see that the visuals are changing. Now if I pause the visuals, you see that if I move uh, you know this chart, it will still remain the same, the data will still remain the same. Now if I uncheck the paused visuals, you will see that the data in the visuals changes, the chart updates with the data. So it's very important if you want to quickly make some changes in the filter, and you know refreshing of charts is slowing you down. This is a great way to pause the visuals and also refresh the visuals with get the latest data with a one-time refresh. Then there are some optimization options using performance analyzer, presets, apply all slicers. All of this will really help you in achieving some of the important stuff. And finally, there is a help button. Very important. You can find out which is the latest version of Power BI you are using. So you can simply click on Power BI, and this will tell you that, hey, I'm using this currently version of Power BI desktop. So it's 2.102 now. Further, there is guided learning, training videos, documentation, support, blog, community. You can submit ideas, you can enable Power BI for developers, you can get sample reports, you can also use the consulting services and browse the workshops and other services that are offered by third-party consultants. You can do all of that under help. Quickly, I will also show you that if you select any of the fields over here, you also get two more options of table tools. So you can change the table name over here, manage relationships and more. Also, you can go to column tools. You can do formatting of this particular column. You can change the way it appears. You can change the summarization of default. You can manage relationships, change the data type and more. Further, as I told you, if you choose a measure that you have created, the measure tool appears in a different way, and there are some different things that you can do with this measure rather than with any other field. Also, if you select any particular visual, you have more options of formatting there, where you can edit interactions, change the orientation and the backward and the front of the visual. If you have multiple visuals overlapping, you can change the alignment. And of course, there's another option of data and drill, where there are options to go to a visual table, data point table. We will see these two options in our coming lectures. But then, yeah, all of these options are over here. You have options to drill up, drill down, drill through, uh, have data groups, find anomalies in using AI inside Power BI. There is a lot that is available right over here on your ribbon. You can do almost everything, and trust me, many of these things that you do are available in other places as well over here directly, but being in the ribbon makes it easier for you to access if you directly are not able to locate some of the options. Over here you have the options with an icon and with a tooltip that helps you understand what you are doing. Great, we have covered completely the UI of Power BI desktop. Might have missed something, probably I might have missed something, but go ahead, experiment, try it out yourself, most of these things, and you will see that how intuitive it is to use Power BI desktop. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.